For Cambridge speaking test, the examiner should choose a quiet place for the test, and each time there are two students will test at the same time, and the position should be like student will sit opposite with the teacher. Firstly, when all the exam happens, they will do the listening test first. For example, the Vietnamese teacher, they will open the audio file for all students sit in the classroom to do the listening test. And then, when they are finished the listening test, students will turn to do the reading, writing, and speaking test at the same time. While all the students do the reading and writing test, Vietnamese teachers will choose two students to come to the foreigner for the speaking test. And when students come, the examiner will ask them two parts. The first part will be the individual interaction between examiner and student, and the second part will be the interaction between student and student, like student A will ask and student B will answer, for example. And examiner, please read the scale score here very carefully before you make a decision for the score, for the student's speaking score. We will evaluate them into four sectors. Firstly, vocabulary. Second, speaks clearly. The third, posture and eye contact. And the final is use complete sentences. And the maximum score for each sector is 4. And the minimum score will be 1. For example, when will the student have 4 score for eye contact? And when will the student just get 1 score for speaks clearly? So please read it carefully. And one more thing, when you are doing the speaking test with students for around 7 questions, and each answer we should input the score here. For example, with vocabulary, the student answer question 1 to question 7, the score like this. 4, 2, just as an example, 4 and 3. For the total part score here, you should make it in average. We will write down here. Average do this. So the average will be 3, number 3 here. And the same with speaks clearly, posture, eye contact, and with use complete sentence. For the final sector, use complete sentence. The examiner can choose. You can write the total score here when all of them finish 7 questions, or you can write down the score for each answering, like for example like this. It depends on you just for the final sector. And when you have for the sector, the average for sector, you will sum 4 column for the final score. For example, the speak clearly will be 2, it will be 1, and the final score will be average of 4, simply 9, 10, and 12. 12 divided 4 is 3, right? So the final score will be 3.0. 3.0, and then you will, the examiner for speaking test, you should write down the score for the student. For example, you are testing the student name Tạ Thị Lan Hương right here, and the speaking score, the final speaking score is 3, so you will write down 3 here. If order has 3.5, you also write down 3.5 here. And this final for the speaking test. And one more thing for the writing test. Both Vietnamese teacher and foreigners will make the score for writing test right here, writing test. And for example, the class they have 30 students, so Vietnamese teacher they will mark for 15, and foreigners you will mark for 15, like a half. Fair, you are fair, right? And how can we make the score for writing test? Also the same with speaking. We already have the Rubik score for the writing here. The maximum score will be 4 and the minimum score will be 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 sector we will we will evaluate them, like grammar and spelling, ideas, length, something, and the end will be a envelope. And right, you will score them to parts of writing, part 6 and part 7. So just this on the thing. I finished. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. See you.